Thanks for joining us for Ohio and Company today. I'm Eve Mueller. We have so much to talk about. Workplace wellness programs can help lower healthcare costs and make employees healthier and more productive. Why you should think twice before cutting them, even in this bad economy. Also, it's known for the Circleville Pumpkin Show, but Pickaway County has so much more to offer, and now big plans are brewing for their bicentennial next year. But first, ever wish you read faster? Think about it. Doing your homework would be easier. Reading those legal briefs wouldn't take so long. Advanced Reading Concepts in Columbus can help you with speed, comprehension, and concentration. Bonnie James is here to talk about that today. Welcome, Bonnie.
Thank you, Eve.
Tell us how you started this company, why you started it in 1977 here in Columbus.
Well, I got into it way before that. When I was a divorced mother with a baby, I answered an ad in the paper that said, wanted part-time certified teachers. And it was a company that was American Speed Reading Academy, and they were hiring teachers. I didn't know what speed reading was, but I needed a job. Okay?
Exactly.
And so I found out, and we took, in that company, they marketed all strictly to teens, and we took kids who hated school, hated themselves, and turned them into confident kids who could do something nobody else in their class could do.
Wow.
And so, as my husband says, I've been on ever since. They expanded too fast and folded, and then I joined with some people who had been with Evelyn Wood Reading Dynamics, and we took the very best of both techniques and formed Advanced Reading Concepts.
So tell us, does this really work? I'm sure people out there are going, speed reading, yeah. Does it really work?
Yes, and when people ask me that, I think, oh, I've only done this for 35 years and it doesn't work. It really does. We have documented results, before and ending results, documented results and evaluations that are hard data, and get feedback from our former students about how it's changed their lives. We're now getting to the point where we're getting their children in the course, and their siblings and their relatives and their friends. And so yes, it does work. It changed lives, and we've got documented results to prove it.
So the average person, I might read 200 words per minute. So what are your graduates reading?
Our graduates from our weekend classes read minimum 1,000 words a minute to 1,200 usual to over 3,000. Our speed reading students in the summer, our teens that take our courses, then average around 1,500 to 2,500 words a minute at the end of those classes.
Think about all that time that's saved. So who is a great candidate for this? Who's coming to you? Besides students, I would imagine with their homework, this would help.
Yeah, teens take it a lot. We get a lot of calls close to the SATs and ACTs because we've had people who jump in scores enough that they actually get scholarships. But we have researchers, engineers. I do a lot of engineers with Wright-Patterson and with NASA and all over the country, because they have so much to read and they're so methodical and so careful. But if they can get that research done, you know, 3 times faster with equal comprehension or better comprehension, then they can be much more productive. So we get those. We get people taking the LSAT and MCAT. We get a busy mom who just wants to sit down and read something when her kids are taking a nap. Anybody who wants to do personal improvement. If part of your job is to do research and you only have so many hours a day, reading too slowly is taking money out of your pocket.
Sure, and as a reporter, I wish I had taken this, years ago when I started, because you read so much with the research. But am I going to comprehend when I'm reading that fast, and am I going to be able to concentrate?
Yes. People have mind wandering when they read. That's the universe. I ask people before they start, does your mind ever wander when they read? You read, and they all 100% say yes. By more closely matching the thinking rate and the reading rate, concentration is much, much higher. We also use good learning strategies for pre-reading techniques before we start to read it, so they know what to focus on, what to look for. And we have a note-taking method for mastering technical reading. That's not as fast as what I just told you, but mastering text reading for later use.
And the classes are in Columbus.
We have our public classes in Columbus because since we've been on the internet, we started having weekend classes, people from all over the country.
Wow.
One person came from Singapore, one person came from Nigeria to take our course in Columbus, Ohio, because there aren't that many that do it in person. And we believe it takes a good coach to change lifetime habits. So we have weekend classes. They're Friday evening and Saturday and Sunday. And then we've got a holiday course between Christmas and New Year's for people home from college. Make it easy for them.
And I'm sure this is rewarding work. Real quickly, could you share with us maybe one personal story that really touched you?
Yes, well, I've got a couple that it's hard to think. I just remember early on in my years, there was a boy who was average good looking, average smart. He had a big brother who was the super charisma, gonna go, work in Washington, and he just kept comparing himself with his brother. And he said to me during break one day, he said, Bonnie, before I took your course, I didn't even know if I'd just bother finishing high school, and now I know I'm going to go to college.
Oh, isn't that
And
great?
another boy just recently, he has ADD, and he was just so excited because he knew he was going to do well in college and get through those ACTs and make it through the 3-hour ACT test, which he never thought he could do. He knew he'd do it. He knew he'd do well.
That is great. Bonnie James, thanks for joining us with Advanced Reading Concepts.
Thank you.
And if you'd like more information about classes, just go to advancedreading.com. Up next, supporting local artists is one thing the folks in Pickaway County are doing while they gear up for next year's bicentennial. We'll tell you why Pickaway County should be your family's next destination.